What is going on YouTube? Hayden here, and in today's episode we are going to be looking at XRP, Solana, Ethereum, Bitcoin, VONG, which is the Russell 1000, and the S&P 500. If you guys are interested or have any other cryptocurrencies or basically indexes, stuff like that you want me to check out, feel free to drop them down in the comments below. The only reason I include the S&P and VONG is because I am a current owner of said indexes, so that's why I like to talk about it, have it benefit both of us here, and also look at these other cryptocurrencies which we have, investments in and are highly kind of the main blue chip cryptos, so more interest in these as well here. But to start off, we're going to be looking at Solana, which has continued to rebound off support here. We were looking at Ethereum and Solana both having the potential rebound opportunities here, and you can see we're kind of doing that. Although we have finally seen some new technical indicators that we're going to have to draw, so I'm excited to discuss that with you. But we really thought, honestly, I thought Ethereum would see a higher or faster rebound than Solana would. Totally the opposite. It's Solana that has seen that rebound, so very interesting. Maybe we can adjust chartings. Maybe we can include some newer indicators. I don't know. I'm almost certain I'm seeing something along the lines of this forming here. I don't know if that's accurate or not, or at least something like that seems to be forming here, some sort of uptrend. So I'm not entirely sure. We're going to talk about more of that later on in today's episode here. Let me put that back down. We're also going to be looking at XRP, which looks all right here. New indicator, definitely some sort of downtrend, uptrend forming here. Very exciting. As you can see, we're retesting that moving average. What we are looking for is a breach above ceiling here to explode upwards. Ethereum, definitely seeing some sort of technical indicator. Bitcoin could be on the verge of breaking through price ceiling. Let's just confirm that with the 4-hour charts here. Yep, coming back up to retest moving average. It is, I don't want to say it's possible to move this up, so we are pretty much breaking through that right now, which is certainly a good sign. VONG and the S&P have been continuing to head up. Starting to hit a bit of turbulence now, though. We'll see. As long as we stay above this yellow band, we're going to continue to scale higher, which is insane. But with all that being said, definitely make sure to smash the like button, turn on post notifications, subscribe. My hair looks insane. And let's get right to today's episode. So before we jump into things here, current coin market cap looks all right. It really doesn't look half bad. 45 into fear and greed. 45 is neutral, pretty much where we've been for quite a while now, just a couple of days. Across the board, only up maybe a percentage point or two, aside from Solana, which is rallying to the upside here. You can see like Bitcoin, slow increase, Ethereum, slow increase, same with XRP, same with BNB, same with Doge. Like a lot of these cryptocurrencies are starting to see small increases in price and slowly starting to head up here. Kronos is exploding. Where the heck did this crypto come from? Up 165%? Doing nothing to exploding to the upside. That is phenomenal. Just remember, what goes up must come down. These other blue chip cryptos have pretty much, proved themselves to be worthwhile investments here in the long term. But jumping into today's video, you guys can see yesterday we covered really quickly that pay very close attention as we are seeing these kind of consolidative markets all pull down into one area of like interception, where we have a descending fractal hit moving averages here and basically are leaving the markets up for us to determine where we're going to go. But anyway, to dive right into XRP to start off, because this is what you guys like the most, definitely some sort of uptrend. I don't want to start it here. This doesn't seem that accurate, but this certainly does. And then we have some sort of downtrend here that I believe is fairly accurate, something like this. So I think we look very nice. I think there's 100% some sort of descending fractal forming here. We may have to, scale it up a little bit, move it down a little bit. Nothing really too worried about here. Really depends on how you want to scale this. Really doesn't matter though, because, these little wicks, the candles, it's all well within itself on the 4-hour charts here. It doesn't really make much sense when you jump to the daily, but regardless, when you look at the 4-hour, you can clearly see there's a very large, not only is there a beautiful, and I mean a beautiful bull flag formation, lower high, lower low, there's then this more short-term consolidative market here correcting to the downside. You can see beautiful rally up, lower high, lower low to the downside, filling in this gap quite nicely. And then as we zoom in closer, you can see the smaller kind of ascending fractal that's starting to form here. And everything is pointing to us coming eventually into contact with major resistance. Price ceiling, downtrends, that's what we're looking for. So if we finally come into contact with this and hopefully, it acts in our favor, what we're looking for is a beautiful breakout. That's pretty much what we were titling and talking about in yesterday's episode and thumbnail. You can see beautiful rally up, descending, broadening wedge, fractal to the downside here. As we consolidate, we're getting much closer to this price ceiling, much closer to this resistance. What we are looking for is closure above this. That's going to streamline us to see a rally here. And that pretty much is how we enter, is how we exit. So it's what we are expecting to see take place here. Rally up, lower high, lower low, rally out. That is what we are looking for. So pay close attention to this. We are getting closer to that movement. It's not ready just yet, but I do think we are nearing it, which is exciting if you ask me. So, keep this on the back burner and pay attention to it. Check it every morning, early morning updates. If we can breach through $3.08 here, then we got some buying opportunities to take advantage of. Solana looks all right as well. And like I said before, it's like we're in some sort of fractal here. Like, check this out. Something like that looks fairly accurate. I'm going to delete this. I don't think that's needed yet. I'm going to move this up, and it looks like we're in some sort of ascending fractal. It's very interesting. It is very interesting. But this also then would explain that we're at a high. You can see we're in some sort of ascending fractal here. Higher lows, higher highs, but it's almost constricting where we're going to fill in this gap. It looks very nice, but we just came off a massive crash to the downside here. Now we have a massive rally to the upside. More than likely, we're not going to break through this. More than likely, we're going to reject off that and probably start to see correction to the downside. So if anything, this might be an opportunity to short. You can see 1, 2, 3, almost 4 confirmations. 1, 2, 3, 4 confirmations on support. We are looking for a breach downwards or upward. I mean, it really doesn't matter, but what I truly believe we're going to see take shape here is a Solana correction. So you guys can actually prepare yourselves for a short opportunity to moving average. That's what I think is going to take place. You can see when I jump to BYDFI here, when I go over to, where are we? We have Solana. This is it. So we have Solana to trade here. It's on this exchange. We have a trading view chart pulled up. We can easily start to track out, map out what it is that we are looking at here. And we should be on the 4-hour charts. Yep, you can see for the most part some sort of ascending fractal upwards, some sort of descending fractal or, price floor, a support, and it's slowly but surely filling us in, completing this gap. And you can see how accurate this now looks to the Solana charts here. It ends right around September, mid-September, end of September. This is right around mid-September and end of September. We just pull this up, pull this out, and you can see kind of the pattern that's here, how we've continuously retested and corrected and then rallied up and down and up and down. And now we're hitting major resistance, having a bit of turbulence. What more than likely is going to take shape is we reject off and we start to fall and correct to the downside. This is truly the pattern that I am looking for and expect to see take shape here. A correction back down. That will open up doors to short. I have my account funded with $1,000, so we're going to 10x leverage this. That's trading with 10K. And we're going to short this when the opportunity does prevail. And I'll post that trade on here. We made a 70% profitable trade just a couple of days ago off Ethereum here. Well, we're going to switch things up and possibly make a short off Solana, because look at how obvious this is. I mean, you could jump the gun and get in early, but I'm going to wait a little more. And then if we get that confirmation, we start to see some red candles, we'll obviously switch to a short position. Ethereum looks okay, but again, very peculiar. It looks like there's some sort of downtrend. We're going to draw this in yellow to make it a little bit clearer. Let's pull this up. Let's move this up here. And then we have an uptrend, obviously in yellow as well. So you can see there's some sort of descending fractal forming here. There's some sort of symmetrical triangle forming here. As we get constricted, we know, as we've done in the past here, or I mean, there might even, I don't think this could be accurate. It's actually pretty insane. We're going to leave it like that. I think that is more accurate as we've done in the past. Look at all the times that you can see Ethereum's done that. Descending fractal down, explosion. Descending fractal down, explosion. Descending fractal down, explosion. So why would this be any different? Descending fractal down, getting constricted between this uptrend, the moving average, and the downtrend. We fill this gap in. What are we expecting? Boom. Rally to the upside here. Different than Solana. Solana, I do just think is going to descend, but it could do something like this. That's possible. Regardless, we'll be able to short it. But that's what I suspect to see take place on a lot of these cryptos. So we got XRP filling in this gap here. Solana doing so. We have Ethereum with lots of upside potential. Same thing with Bitcoin has lots of upside potential. We have Vong kind of opening where we're closing. It's crazy, like not really seeing much movement here. I think we're coming to an end. It's almost, I don't want to say a bearish divergence, but we're starting to see the RSI go down. We're starting to see prices go up. So we'll leave that up in the air. Not really anything to really pay attention to until we break through yellow support. But until then, we're kind of sitting ducks. S&P retesting all-time highs. We'll see if that continues upwards. But with that being said, smash the like button, turn on post notifications, subscribe, and I will see you in tomorrow's video. Peace.